There we go. And we are streaming again. It's day 11. It's felt really good. It's been really good. I'm very happy with the progress that I've made. I have a friend coming over tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. Haven't seen him in a while, and then before that I haven't seen him even more than a while. And even though I saw him a while ago, we didn't really have time to spend one-on-one time. Like, it was more of a, I had a party at my place, so it was more, you know, that type of vibe. So I'm looking forward to him being here and actually being able to have good chats, being able to have good conversations. It's been a long time. Me and him, we actually were in the hostel together, and then during one part of the year the young'uns were making too much noise, and they allowed us to move to the uninhabited, not exactly uninhabited, the vacant part of the hostel. So we had basically like 3 floors just to ourselves, and it was really fun. It was really fun, and me and him just had the biggest chats. We watched Rick and Morty together. It was really big back then. I would gym, and then I would get the Rick and Morty episode while I was at gym, and then I would come back and we would watch it on my phone, and it was just really fun, dude. It was just so fun. I love that guy so much. He knows I love him a lot, but I don't think he knows how much he matters to me. He was one of my first friends that I could just tell anything to, you know. A friend that was really there, a friend that would always listen, a friend that wouldn't judge. And those are the friends that you want to find in life. Like, if I can give you any advice, is don't make bad friends. If you don't like your friends, stop being friends with them. Find yourself people that your soul connects with. People that you can actually vibe with, you know. Welcome though, welcome beautiful people. I don't know how many of you are regulars, how do you say, like people that are reoccurring or returning. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Meltmore, and I'm doing this every day, yeah. I'm doing this every single day, so that we can share these moments. Like, stuff is really hectic in the world right now, with invasions of privacy, with the virus, with people not knowing what's going to happen with the election, with Capitol being stormed. Like, even though all of this stuff is happening, at least we still have this, right? You can still come here every day and just be calm for a while at least. And if I can create some calm, if I can create some relaxation for you guys, that's exactly what I want to do. Any of you have any questions for me? I would love to answer some. It's been a unproductive day for me. Well, not that unproductive. I went into town and bought some food and stuff. But I just felt like I wanted to take I'm taking, I think, the next 3 days just a little bit more relaxed. I'm not going to force myself to be productive. I'll still do my streams, you can guarantee. I'll still do my streams, and I'll be, you know, color correcting and like adjusting my audio so that when I'm a little bit loud, it doesn't peak in someone's headphones and ruins their day. And then I'll be uploading it as well, but that's gonna be the only work I do. I want to watch some Adventure Time and some Amazing Adventures of Gumball, and maybe some Rick and Morty, maybe some Polar Opposites. I want to watch all of these things with my friend. Like, it's been so long. I miss him so much. I really look forward to seeing him again. Yeah, I'm very blessed to have a lot of good friends. One of my other friends, I won't say his name, but let's call him Dolphin. I'll start adding little animals to my friends so that you can know when I'm talking about the same person. So Dolphin started working recently. He's also the friend whose mother passed away, and the friend who went through a hectic breakup. He's been through a lot, but I'm so happy to see that he's healthy, and so happy to see that he's really handling this whole thing so well. I respect him so much, and I have so much love for that dude. He's a strong individual, and he gives me hope. He gives me hope that we all have that capacity to be that strong. Like, yo. He says he misses doing nothing though. Like, the working thing again for him is not exactly what he wants, but I think it's gonna do him good. It's gonna be a good distraction. It's going to be something that he can take his mind off with. I'm going to light this, but before I do, I have to set my intent. I think my intent for today is just relaxation, yeah. Just relaxation. We all can use a little bit of relaxation. I'm talking about Dolphin, dude. About Dolphin. Like, that's what I'm gonna start labeling my friends with animal names, so that when I talk about them, you'll know who it is I'm talking about, but you won't know who it is I'm talking about. And maybe one day, if they actually watch these streams, they can look back fondly. Now it's a little bit windy, so I won't be able to light this, and I'm gonna take that as a message that I shouldn't light this right now. I'm just gonna wait until the wind will allow me to. It is a beautiful day. Like, you can probably also see that it's starting to get dimmer earlier in the day, so like, technically we're not close to winter, but I feel like it's starting to get cold already. At least it's becoming more comfortable than it used to be. Like, I haven't even wet my scarf yet. I might still, but I haven't yet, so, you know, it's a good indication that things aren't as hot today. There we go. So, relaxation. Every puff of this I take, I'm going to breathe in relaxation, and I'm going to breathe out tension. In with relaxation, and out with tension. In with relaxation, out with tension. There we go. That's really nice. I've mentioned this before on stream, but I'll say it again because I mention it out of the hope that one of you might take it as some inspiration as well. But I've been reading Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. It's basically a compiled book of all the stuff he wrote down, and it's really good. It's so good to think like he lived like 1,800 years ago, and he made points and he had knowledge that is so applicable to what's happening today. And he also has this saying that if you spend 4 years, 40 years, or 4,000 years watching humanity, you won't see anything change. And in a lot of ways, it's true. Like, a lot has changed in our world when it comes to our technology, when it comes to our just our medicine, our capacity to destroy our planet, like with weapons and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still the same base humans at the at the bottom of it, dude. We're so eager to keep progressing and creating and becoming perfection. But it was exactly like that 1,800 years ago as well. People's need to be remembered, people's need for fame, people's need for affection, people's need for compliments and bickering and aggression and jealousy and gossiping. Human beings. They are beautiful creatures though. Yo, Like, you can have such amazing conversations with people. And every time I do, it always, like, this is other saying. I'm just thinking about Marcus Aurelius' writing right now. He has this saying that when you listen to people, always assume they have something to teach you. And I think that's something that Jordan Peterson also put in his book, like 12 Rules for Life. Or, yeah, something like that. Antidote to Chaos, 12 Rules for Life, something like that. And he also said that. So when someone talks to you, assume that they have something, they have information that you need to know. And be willing to learn that information that they are trying to teach you. And it gave me a lot of clarity in life. Just listening to people. It made me aware that there are so much more to conversations than just responding. Actively listening to someone, looking them in the eye, it makes you feel more human. It's what we're supposed to do as human beings, I believe. I do believe so, actually. In with relaxation, out with tension. Yeah. Seems we're all quiet in chat today. I almost feel tranquil. And as I say that, you may speak of the devil and someone comments something. I'll read in a second, friend. I'm watching this on the toilet, broski. Feel free, dude, as long as you don't touch yourself, man. If I can create a tranquil vibe for you on the toilet as well, so be it, dude. So be it. Where are the rest of you watching from? I like to hear what countries you're from. Yo, there's a big beetle here. He flew away again. I like to hear what countries you're from. How's the weather? Are you happy? Like, tell me. I'm really curious. Nah, the wind is gonna laugh at this. You can gauge how bad the wind is by how much my hair moves. It feels good though. I don't think it feels so nice for my audio quality, but it feels good to my body. It was a hot day, so not that hot, but it was a hot day either way. So the nice cool breeze is very welcoming. We had a little bit of rain last night, but like a little bit. Not enough to even wet the soil really. And I'm looking at my little plants here next to me. They're also looking a little bit dry. I'm hella tranquil after this dookie. Yeah, you can be, dude. I think going to the bathroom is also, it makes me think of that Rick and Morty episode. How it is something that we all do as human beings. And in ways it's something that we're ashamed of. And it's something that is trained into us as children, you know, being potty trained and stuff like that. There's so many aspects to it, and there's so many taboo natures to it, that I believe it's something that we all humans just don't really have space for in our heads. But when you are there, you're so alone, right? Like, nobody can help you go to the bathroom. So you're so alone, you're so with your thoughts, and that's why you almost have this compulsive need to do something. That's why if you forget your phone, you're like reading the freaking shampoo bottle's ingredient list or whatever. And it has happened like that. Like, it's like that because people don't like being alone with their own thoughts for too long. And I feel that's what I've been doing with these streams. I'm kind of forcing myself into just doing nothing and just sitting. Technically, I'm reading some comments, but I am allowing myself to just think about things, to process the information that I've been taking in lately. And talking about processing your information you take in, we should be more discerning with the information that we take in as well. So I want to clarify this as well, that a lot of the times I give advice on the streams, but most of the times I'm giving advice to myself, dude. I'm like trying to school myself into the right behaviors. And I do believe this is a really good way to. If I'm going to affirm good, positive decisions in my life every single day, be it by live stream or not, like why not? It sounds like a really good thing to me, doesn't it to you? Jobaz Kurdistan. I don't know what that means, dude, but it sounds brutal. I'm not being interrupted by insects that much, but it's the loud ones that bother me. Because sometimes flies, they can be annoying, but at least they're not these like noise makers. But then again, mosquitoes. Like if you don't have a fan running and there's dead silence in your room, and you just hear a mosquito like somewhere in your room, that noise can drive you insane. Can absolutely drive you insane. So, like I feel it's like an extra disadvantage or an extra reason to hate mosquitoes. Like not only did they have to develop the ability to stick something in your skin, then inject a chemical in your skin so that your blood doesn't solidify, then they drink from your blood without asking, and then they make you itch after they stop, and then on top of all of that they have to make noise when they're like sneaking up on you, dude. And it gives you like this anxiety, like no, I don't want to itch, I don't want to be stung by a mosquito right now. And yet they still do, dude. You can hear them but you can't place them for some reason. I'm watching my dog stand on a rock. I hope I can show you this actually. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. Look at that. He's just chilling on the rock. What a happy dog. Oh, I love our dogs. They're such tranquil beings. I think being a dog on a farmhouse or on a farm must be the life. Like, what do you have to complain about? There's a bunch of critters all around. You have all the space in the world. Get good food. Is it good food? Like, dogs will eat the same pellets every single day for the rest of their lives. And they won't complain about that. We do try to actually switch our dogs' food up every now and then. They do appreciate it. I think they appreciate it. I've been spending so much time with my dog lately. She's been sneaking into my room lately, especially in the morning hours. And she's a hairless dog as well, so she's very affectionate and she needs warmth. So she'll come under the blankets, like she'll like scratch at the blankets and make noises and stuff for you to notice that she wants to be underneath the blankets. And then when you throw the blankets over her, she becomes so excited, and then she'll lay down and she'll press herself up against you. And it just feels it feels so beautiful, dude, to have that companionship with this little creature, dude, to see the intelligence in her body language and the way that she tries to communicate with me. And yeah, the way that she's really obsessed with food. Yeah, yes, she's obsessed with food. She can't get enough of it, which is kind of not an attractive trait. And that's what I'm thinking about as well. Like there's this contrast of me absolutely loving this dog, and then her being like a beggar sometimes. You know what I mean? And then I'll tell her like, you're better than this. Eva, is beter as die. I love you so much. Stop being like this. And then she has this way of like shaking her tail, almost looking innocent. She's a character. She's a character. And then we have Yudi, the one that's sitting on the rock. Yudi because it stands for underdog. And interestingly enough, we gave him the name underdog because he was just this very unassuming dog. He didn't do that much. He wasn't very playful. He wasn't very aggressive. He was just this mellow dude. So we called him underdog. And he still is a mellow dude. But I've developed so much love for him in, I think, the last few months. It's almost like he exposed his personality to me finally, or maybe I was just too blind to see it before. And I've been spending good time with him as well. And then the last dog that we have is Bingo, and he is the first dog that I ever had. He is, how old is he? 14. 14-year-old dog, and he's still going strong. And when I just came back from China and I came back home, he didn't look like he was in a good space. His eyes have went, his ears have went. Like, you can basically sneak up all the way to him and he wouldn't hear a thing. Like, you can like stomp the floor, he wouldn't hear a thing. And his eyes was also very like brutal, like hectic, couldn't see anything. And I just spent time with him, just giving him pets around his face and telling him how important he is, telling him how like much joy he has brought into our lives, thanking him for all the snakes he's killed that tried to intrude in our house, because we live on a farm. There are gang snakes here. We found a black mamba skin inside of one of my brother's rooms, which was terrifying. He fortunately wasn't home at the moment, but one of our dogs died, killing that black mamba. And if you know what a black mamba is, you know exactly how dangerous they are as well, and it's pretty brutal. Like, a black mamba can kill like a whole household easily in a day. Easily. That's how dangerous they are. So we're very fortunate to have these guardians, these little angels protecting us. And the dog that passed away, I might become a little bit emotional talking about this, but I feel he deserves to be talked about as well. His name is Kiko. And Kiko had a personality that I've never seen before on any other dog. He would ride motorcycles with us. Like, if we got on the motorcycle, he would jump, like, because he wanted to be picked up and put on the seat so that he can go with us. And he would he would love sitting on your lap, but he was too lazy to jump all the way up. So he would do this mock jump where he like kind of puts his feet up against your leg and then just jump with his back legs. And then that means that he wants to get on your lap. And then eventually you would budge and put him on your lap. And he would also have these personality quirks where if you were walking somewhere, you know how we sometimes just have a direction that we want to go in, and we just, you know, mission, like, I'm gonna do this, gonna do that. And he would interrupt you. He would like bite at your feet. He wouldn't ever hurt you, of course, but he would like, ow, 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 and then like bark at you and then run around your feet. And he would like continue to do that until you actually stop and you give him some pets. And it was just such a beautiful personality trait. And he would also, he was so cheeky when it come to the attention that he believed he deserved. So me and my brother would be in the conversation and he would be sitting next to me and I will give him attention, like be rubbing his head. As soon as I stop, like I go from like down here to down here, like in an resting position, he would like get to my hand, put his nose up against my hand and then press my hand. Like, hey dude, do the thing. Like, do the thing. And then I did, bro. And I gave him some more attention, and it was like a vicious cycle. He would never let you stop. Never ever let you stop. Ah. And then I have one more dog to talk about. Her name is Kara. And she also passed away very recently. So I've lost 2 dogs in the last 5 months. In the last 4 months. And it killed me. Especially Kara. Because I didn't know Kara. I lived in China for 1 year and 4 months, and when I came back, Kara was already here. So my parents, my family got Kara without telling me even. Like, I didn't even know the dog existed until I came home and saw her around. I was like, oh, we have another dog. And at that point, she was really sickly. She was really thinned out. Like, if you would rub down her side, you would feel like how your fingers would vibrate over her ribs. And it made me super sad. So I bathed her and I cleaned her off, like at the bottom of her belly, off of the ticks and stuff that she had. And I just started giving her so much love and affection. And I gave her, I feel I just gave her some love, and she completely changed as a like a little person. She became very playful. She became very healthy. Her coat became healthier. Her ears became healthier, and she would play with Yudi, the whole unassuming dog, where he would just do his own thing, you know, not be too bothered, and she would just like get life into him, and he would run around with her, something that he never did, and he would play with her like dogs play, something that he never did with any of their other dogs. And oof, it just felt like she brought life back into his life. And the amount of joy that I saw her little life bring to him after her personality changing the way that it did, oh, it made me so happy. It made me so happy. And she passed away because someone drew over her. Drove over her, I should say. Ew. It's such an unfortunate. Like, she was less than a year old. She still had so much life. But that makes me think about another Marcus Aurelius quote, and it's a one that says, "No matter if it's a year of 4 or a year of 40 or a year of 400," and I'm paraphrasing here, no matter how old you are, no matter how long you live, the amount of life lost is the same. Because all we can really lose is the single moment. You cannot lose the future or the past, because you can't lose something that you never had. All we have are the moments we share, and we should be aware of that. We should be aware of that. We can choose the moments we share with the people that we love, with the people that we don't even know. Like, some moments will be more memorable than others, and depending on how much energy and how much intent you have towards any specific situation, it's going to change how much emotional value, how much you get in the moment, out of each moment. Yeah. How's your relationship with your parents? Yeah. His joint is out. It is, and now that you've mentioned it, I have to light it again. I wonder what tomorrow's stream is gonna be like. Would you guys like to see my friend? I can maybe get him to stream with me. Could just have conversations. If that is something you would like to see, it's something that I'll consider asking him. Obviously, I can't make any promises if he's not comfortable on camera or whatever. But I will try. Would be nice having a guest on the stream, right? Nice vibes, bro. Thank you so much for saying that, friend. Thank you for bringing good vibes yourself. Shoo-wee. You would like a guest on the stream, huh? Okay, I'll ask him. Are you watching today, Extra Spearmint? I remember you, dude. I've been thinking about you, actually. About your commitment to run every day. Did you run today? How did it feel? Are you getting better at it? Were you unfit before you started running? Where is this? This is South Africa, friend. It is South Africa. It's a pretty nice day in South Africa. South Africa is I'm gonna park this for a bit because I'm gonna say some things with intent. So this is something that I've been implementing in my life, and I would like for you to try and implement it into your life as well. So every time you're talking about your country, instead of talking about the bad things, which we're usually prone to talk about, speak about good things that you wish for your country. So I live in a beautiful country. I live in a wonderful country. I live in a safe country. I live in a prosperous country. I live in an abundant country. I live in a wealthy country. I live in a country where people are cared for. I live in a country where people care for each other. I live in a country with an amazing government, and I live in a country that is ever evolving and ever changing for the best and for the unity of humankind. This is what I speak into the universe, and this is what I expect of South Africa. With every little bit of good intent, we can change the world. We just have to try. We just have to try in every single moment, every single interaction, every single person that we communicate with. Talk about good stuff, yo. Just talk about good stuff. Give people compliments. Look for something that you think they wouldn't get compliments for often. Find real compliments to give as well. I think it's a very important life skill. If you just figure out what to give people compliments on, because people know when a compliment is not real. But if you find something that they're passionate about and you can see them making progress, or they have a lot of value attached to something, like find that thing and point it out to them, because they've been pointing it out to themselves their whole lives. So just getting a little bit of approval, a little bit of good information of I see the thing I see the thing that you're doing, and that's why I'm giving you a compliment for it. Not just a superficial, like, blank statement type of compliment, if you know what I'm trying to say. What do you think of the US? I think the US is a beautiful country, dude, with a lot of opportunity. But I think there's a lot of turmoil between people. And I think a lot of that turmoil is kind of fabricated by those in power, if you want to say it that way. But like there's only that much an individual person can do. The only way to take back your freedom is to not listen to the people that want to enforce rules over you. Hey, I'm not. Stop saying it, dude. What's your name, bruh? Fred FDNYC? FDNYC. So, Ford, New York? Ford, New York? Ford, New York? I don't know, dude. I'm not, bro. Ek is myself. Ek is nie Tori. Ek beloof. Where are you originally from? Your accent doesn't say South African. I'm originally from South Africa, friend. This is where I was born and raised. What you're seeing right now is where I've spent the last... Okay, let me say this rather. My parents have lived here for the last... Need to do quick maths. 14 years as well. A little bit longer than... Yeah, about 14 years. Like maybe pushing 14 and a half years. So, and then before that, I lived in Rustenburg, before that in Allen Ridge, before that in Klerksdorp, but all of it in South Africa, friend. My accent is an amalgamation of me being an English teacher in China, plus me learning all of my English from the internet, plus me speaking English, but still being Afrikaans. Like there's a lot of aspects to my accent, dude. I hope it's not too jarring. Mr. Bread Bombs, hi to you as well. Wait, it kinda does, but not as thick. Wait, it kinda does, but not as thick. The accent? I'm thinking you're talking about the accent. Yeah, like I can speak with a little bit more of an accent if you want me to, but this is not exactly the way I speak. You get some wacky accents in South Africa. Is there a skateboard culture in South Africa? Yes, there is. There is a skateboard department, skateboard culture here in South Africa, but like it's a lot less pronounced, and there's a lot, like there's no big skate parks and stuff like that in South Africa. It's something that's more a luxury in America. So in that way, I don't really think so. But then again, I'm not a skater boy myself, so I can't exactly speak out of any personal experience. I'm just speaking out of experience that I've seen, like from American television, technically. So I might be completely wrong. And that's the beautiful thing about life, because we could never really know. We could really never really know. And it's beautiful. Fire department, New York City. Are you a firefighter, friend? If you are, like, that's an amazing job. I take my hat off for you. My metaphorical hat off for you. Because you're risking your life to save others is the most masculine thing that I could imagine. And it is complete self-sacrifice for others, and I commend you for that, dude. My favorite thing about South Africans is how they can usually keep up with my Dutch, but I can't keep up with Afrikaans. It's funny how languages work. I can actually keep up with Dutch, you're right. And I do believe that if me and you were to speak really slowly to each other, if I was just to slow down my Afrikaans, you would be able to understand me, because like you can even hear in the way I speak English. I speak fast, but with Afrikaans, I can sometimes speak even quicker. And it becomes so bad that me and my dad will be having a conversation with each other, and then my mom would just not be able to hear what it is we're saying because we're talking so fast and we're mumbling words and blah, 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 blah. Maar as ek stadig met jou praat, sal jy 10-10-1 verstaan wat ek vir jou probeer sê. Your favorite TV show? So right off the bat, my favorite TV show that came up to my mind was Rick and Morty, because I feel it's almost my generation. So technically, me as a kid, we grew up with cartoons and stuff, and now as an adult, I can call myself them bringing out a cartoon that's witty, that has these sci-fi elements, that have these elements of power, of a really cool protagonist who's almost like an anti-hero, and then this little kid that is stupid that just kind of follows him around, and it's an adventure, and it's something that you can follow along with, and it's a really good storytelling mechanism. Like, that's what Rick and Morty technically is. Like, these two characters are basically the alphabet that they use to write the stories with, that they make in the movie or in the series. Because if you have good characters, you can tell any story through them. And that's kind of the point of the show. And that's kind of the point of Rick and Morty as well. That's why they can keep going forever, technically. It's just going to be a lot of work. And unfortunately, voice actors eventually grow tired of a project. So, but let's hope. Let's hope. I was a firefighter, I got injured, so now I sit and get angry at email sometimes. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon, friend. I hope that your injuries aren't permanent. And stop getting angry at emails. Why do we do that? I know it sometimes happens to me as well. Not so much with emails, but with other things in life. But we're the ones making ourselves angry. A person can't make us angry. They might say something stupid or do something stupid, but if it's not personal harm that they're causing you, why are we getting angry about it? We need to just calm down sometimes. And again, me telling myself this just as much as I'm telling all of you this. Have you seen Lethal Weapon 2? Can't see I've seen Lethal Weapon 1 either, dude. No. Is that a series? I think it's a series. But I can't exactly say I know anything about it. Is it any good? Unfortunately permanent. I ended up being made to retire at 3/4 disability. I'm very sorry about that, friend. Does that mean you lost one of your limbs? Is that what it means? 3/4? 3/4? Whatever they say. I don't understand. But how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? And are they compensating you well? Did you sustain your injury during the line of work? I have a lot of questions. I wish I could actually have this conversation with you one-on-one. But if you have anything to say, or if you want to tell me, I'm willing to listen. The villain is South Africa. The villain is South African. Mel Gibson flick. Oh, okay. Okay. So, do I look like a villain to you? I hope not. Not all South Africans have to be villains, you know. Some of us can be good guys too. But I'm happy that at least South Africa is getting a little bit of exposure. I think South Africa is very undersold. It is a beautiful country that you could visit, even though it can be dangerous. And I said I wasn't going to talk about anything negative about the country. I'm just not going to undersell something and then risk your safety if you do end up someday making the decision to come here, which I would love if you did, but make sure you're safe, because there are, like, make sure you're in a group at least. Like, don't come alone as like a 45-kilogram American lady and then try and travel through South Africa solo. Like, don't do that. That's not be safe. But if you really want to, like, come to South Africa, and I'd be more than willing, if I have like time, to show you around. There's a lot of beautiful things to see here. We have some amazing nature scenes. We have some amazing resorts in nature as well. Just makes you feel so human. Da, 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 da. Can you show the place around you? Looks beautiful. I definitely will show you how this place looks. No, luckily 3/4 means I get 75% of my best year salary untaxed. I have all of my limbs, just my ankle doesn't work in the way it should. It could be worse, of course, but it still does suck. I'm so sorry to hear that, friend. At least you're not completely stunted, and you can use that money to start a business too. So I hope you consider doing that. But since you asked, I'll show you the nature a bit. So I can actually get you nice and elevated here. There you go. Some nature to leave you with. And let me put this back down. There we go. I always try and leave you with a message as well. So I think the message I want to leave you with is just to try and relax. Like, maybe it's still the morning, but find a place somewhere in your day and just try and calm down and relax. Focus on your breathing and become aware how much power you have over your own body and your own mind. Go in love and go in peace. See you again. Bye-bye.